cars can be found in story mode, but before I get into this video, if you could leave a thumbs up, it does help me out, and also please consider subscribing to my channel to help reach that amazing goal of 300,000 subscribers. With that said, coming in for vehicle number 1, this one isn't as much of a rare, but it is very, very secret. Now this car, or the Turismo, all modified and pimped up to look like an amazing sports car or supercar, just like it is, can be found inside the garage just located at north of the city. Now this car in itself, like I said, is full modified, and it also includes some amazing features. Also the paint job will look absolutely awesome as well. Now if you do not like the Turismo, then you will also get other different sports cars or supercars spawning in that one location. However, this location is so hidden away, you have to go inside a garage to go and collect it, and it does not always spawn every time. However, when you do eventually get hands on the sports or supercar fully upgraded, modified and looking awesome, go and give it a razz around the city, and I hope you do enjoy this amazing free super and sports car. And coming in for number 2, I'm going to be showing you the Liberator spawn location. Now this has been out for the past few days, and a few people started locating the Liberator. However, you can find this in single player or story mode by coming over to the Rebel radio station, which is located just southwest from the Blaine County in the middle of the map. Now once you do end up getting Liberator, you can hop right in without having to smash into any sort of window, and you can take it away free of charge without getting the police on you, which will allow you to essentially get yourself a free monster truck. And of course the Liberator is very powerful in what it can do, and it's probably the greatest monster truck in the game as of now. Now of course the Liberator was a DLC item, and it's one of the many DLC items you can find spawned around the map in single player, and there's plenty DLC rare cars around the map which you can find on the street. However, not a lot of them will be parked at the side of the street. There will just be one or two around the map, such as the Liberator, which we can see here. Now of course you can go and buy it or whatever and spend a lot of money getting this car. However, it's really not worth it when you can just get it for free. And coming in for number 3, I'm going to show you something which will become very, very useful. Now what you're going to want to do is come over to the main Los Santos Customs, and every time you come here, parked outside the Los Santos Customs in the yellow box will be a pimped up, modified vehicle of any kind. It can be any sort of vehicle, from super to sports cars, to SUVs, to sedans, to muscle cars, anything like that. It can be any car in the game, and it will just be fully modified and fully made just for you. Now of course this car will always be parked into the yellow box. It may not spawn every time, but there's a very high chance of finding these vehicles spawning in. They'll spawn in no matter what time of the day. It can be nighttime, daytime. However, if they do not spawn in first try, just go and do a little razz around the block, come back to the spawn location, and you will find a fully so rare that when you do end up collecting it from this one spawn location, you will have 2 kick-ass lorries or gangsters coming straight after you. Now this is of course the Juco Death. No top 10 rare car video would be without the Juco Death, because this vehicle is absolutely badass. Come and collect it in the Blaine County Sandy Shores. Once you do, go into first person, and there will just be a small space on your front windscreen for you to shoot through, and everything else will be boarded up and bulletproof. Now this is a muscle sedan, so it will go incredibly fast if you are trying to do any of these stock car races, which I will get into the video later on. But as you can see here, the moment you get this vehicle, you will have 2 lorries coming after you. Now there is one easy way to ditch these lorries. All you're going to want to do is go off the road and up the hill, and the lorries will not come after you, or go anywhere a lorry cannot go, because of course a lorry is probably not the best vehicle to go and chase down and hunt someone down who is in a fully upgraded bulletproof muscle car, so it wasn't the best plan for these people to come and kill you. However, all you're going to want to do is get off the road onto a hill or somewhere where a lorry cannot go, and you'll be safe and sound. Now this vehicle is probably the rarest one in the game as of now, and it's fairly easy to get as well, which is kind of cool, because yes, it's the rarest one in the game because the way you get it and things which come after you, which will just try and stop you from collecting this car, but it's also in such an open location as well, and it will come upon the radar as a blue dot when you do come near this vehicle. But nevertheless, it's probably my favourite vehicle, the most favourite one of my liking as well in the game. Just from the interior as well, you can get yourself a nitrous tank, which unfortunately you cannot use, and there is no windscreen at all. It's just bulletproof armour and gas, so you can shoot straight through the windscreen, and you can also get some awesome lighting through the box. This car is kitted out to make the game look amazing, and it's even got some new features on the dashboard as well. However, like I said, if someone does end up starting shooting you through the front windscreen gap, all you're going to want to do is hold down X or A, whichever controller you have or console you have, and you will end up ducking below the windscreen, which will allow you to get some extra protection. But like I said, all you're going to want to do is go up the hill, and you will ditch the trucks coming after you. And coming in for number 5, I'm going to be showing you where you can find a fully upgraded Sand King. Now this is a really cool location, because this Sand King will have neon lights if you do come at the right time of the day. It will be fully upgraded. It's pretty much maximized to things you cannot even unlock yet. For example, I was too much of a low level, or I hadn't unlocked enough things as single player to even get the back onto this Sand King, which is pretty kick-ass. Now, you will find Sand Kings fully upgraded in this location as well, and of course this isn't the rarest type of vehicle in the game. However, it's still something cool because you can go and collect yourself once again a fully modified vehicle in this only location. And you will find 1 or 2 spawn locations which will show you fully modified vehicles. For example, like I showed you earlier, you could get a fully modified vehicle inside the garage and also outside the Los Santos Customs. Now, although some people may not class these as rare, I'm going to class them as rare because they're fully upgraded and they only spawn in certain locations, so even if they're not rare, they're still pretty secret, so I think it's still something to show off. Anyway, nevertheless, this Sand King fully upgraded is something you should definitely go for, because even if you can't unlock these features, you'll be able to go and get yourself this Sand King with the features that you can't unlock yet. And of course, if you do go around the block, you can go and get yourself another Sand King. Of course, they may not have the exact same features, but eventually, as you keep going, I do recommend going here. And coming in for number 6, I'm going to be showing you how you can get stock cars. Now, the first one is the Burger Shot stock car. What you're going to want to do is go over to the race with the Juco Death or a fully upgraded muscle car and go and win the race. First time you win it, you'll get yourself a Burger Shot muscle car. This car is really cool. Unfortunately, it's not the best one you can get. However, it's still a really cool car you can get for free. And like I said, all you're going to want to do is win the race and you'll get this car absolutely free. If you want to go and store these vehicles, all you're going to want to do is go over to your garage on any sort of character and go and store it. Unfortunately, if you cannot store the car, all you're going to want to do is leave it around the location where you did end up winning the vehicle, and the vehicle will end up staying there for as long as you like. Of course, it needs to be quite close to where you start the mission, which is just above the bar with the dartboard. But all you're going to want to do to win some more cars for car number 7 is go back to the stock car race in the car you won, or any sort of muscle car. I recommend the car you won. Win it again, and you will get yourself the Redwood muscle car. Now, of course, this car is pretty much the same as the one you've already got, but it's got a new skin, and of course, it's very rare because this is the only place you can find these stock cars with these types of skins. So for number 7, here is the Redwood vehicle. It's something definitely to show off, definitely to have, and it's definitely a car I would love. Unfortunately, it's not my most favourite vehicle you can get as a rare vehicle from the stock car races, but it still goes a lot faster than the Burger Shot car. It does have a really good engine noise as well. I'm not too sure if any of you guys focus on the engine noise, but I absolutely love it. But if you want to go and get yourself car number 8, what you're going to want to do is go ahead and go back to the stock car races, win the race again, and you'll get yourself the Pisswasser Dominator. Now, the Pisswasser Dominator is once again a really nice looking car. It's different to the other 2 muscle cars you previously won, and as you can see there, because I couldn't fit my car in the garage, I parked it next to the location where the stock car was, and it stayed there for as long as I wanted it to. Now, as you can see here, there are 3 of the rare vehicles right here, and of course the Pisswasser Dominator has an amazing engine sound, and it also has amazing control as well. The further up you go, of course, logically the better car will be, and of course you can stop whenever you want to, and these stock car races will spawn in every time you go round as well, so do not worry about that. But if you want to go and get yourself another rare car for number 9, go ahead to the stock car races again with the car you just won, or once again an upgraded muscle car, but I recommend the car you just won. Win the race again, and you'll get yourself the Sprunk Buffalo. This is my favourite vehicle. It's probably my most favourite vehicle you can win in the muscle stock car races, because it's the Buffalo and it's got a kick-ass sprunk texture or skin on this vehicle as well. It goes incredibly fast, and it's also got amazing traction onto the road as well. It won't skid as much, and of course, like I said, it's the Buffalo. If you ever already played with the Buffalo, you'll understand how awesome this car is. Now, as you can see here, some of my cars did end up despawning, and that is just due to the fact that I didn't spawn them as close as I should have next to the stock car races. Now, a lot of people may think that this is the furthest you can go because there are only a few cars you can win, and a Sprunk Buffalo looks like it's the tippy top of the list. But there is one more car you can win coming in at number 10, and this vehicle is in fact a monster truck. For a fact, it's called the Marshall, and all you're going to want to do to win this is once again go back to the stock car races with the Sprunk Buffalo maybe a day later, and you'll get the Chevrolet Marshall, which is of course a monster truck. Now, to me, it looks a little bit smaller than the Liberator, and the Liberator is a lot better if you are looking for a monster truck overall. Plus, the Liberator is a lot easier to collect. However, if you want to complete the period of stock car races, this is the car you want to work for because it's a kick-ass monster truck. I don't think there's too much in it between the Liberator, but like I said, the Liberator is probably the best one to go for. But the good thing thing about the Chevrolet Marshall is that it's got a really realistic flag on the back, just waving around. It's yours as well, so it's completely free to get, and you will not get any police on you for taking this. And the tyres are absolutely massive alongside the suspension, so you can go and bounce your way across some vehicles in the traffic. But like I said, I hope you do enjoy this video. If you do, a thumbs up is very much appreciated. Let me know in the comments section below which is your favourite vehicle on this list. I'd love to know your thoughts. Which one is your favourite one? Personally, I think my one is the Juco Death, or the respawn location you saw at the start of the video inside the garage, because the respawn location over there will give you only the best modified sports or supercar vehicles, and it's in a really cool place as well. But I also love the Sprung Buffalo. However, I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section below. But don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more Grand Theft Auto 5 content every single day, and don't forget to leave a like. I'll see you guys next time, and you guys